for me to hand the mic on over to one of the best pit lane officials you will ever meet in your entire life, and then some. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Johnny Knotts.
I think some teams out here competing would probably disagree with that, especially when I call a penalty. Thanks for walking down. We appreciate you being here on behalf of the International Motorsports Association. And how many of y'all know that actually we're part of NASCAR? All right, okay. And on behalf of the track here at this beautiful facility, thank you for being here. This is kind of like a little intimate setting here. So basically what we're going to do is try to simulate exactly what goes on in a race during a pit stop. Usually, and most of the time, the drivers that get most of the attention, which is well deserved. But when it comes down to a race, especially a 2-hour race, it could easily be won in the pits. So that's why we do it. The other good thing is, and I have to say I'm very honored to have Baker Racing, Family Racing, Sam Baker, James Vance, the drivers. Round of applause. The good thing about this team is Sam, he's in the car. What about 5 miles from here? From Bowmanville. So give it up for our local team here today. All right, so what you're going to see today, and if you're here tomorrow, just a couple of differences, all right? So in the Michelin Pilot Series, 3 crew members are allowed to work on the car. Tomorrow during the WeatherTech, it's 4. Another big difference is, as you can see, the wheel nuts. There's 5 lug nuts like on your car. WeatherTech has a single hub. That's the biggest difference as far as that. In my opinion, it's more work to do a pit stop in the Pilot Series than it is to do with the WeatherTech. Some of the things that pit officials and my staff look for, and I always have to tell people this. My pit staff, and if ladies, females, if you're interested in getting in racing, I'm going to come see. 80% of my staff is female. We broke the barrier for racing, and I'm very proud of that. So there's plenty of opportunities. So like I said, in the Michelin Pilot, as the car comes in, the first thing that we're looking for as far as a pit official, as you can see the red tape. Cars must stop properly in the red tape. Cars have to be stopped before the crew and drivers jump down on the ground. Then you're going to see, like I said, you're going to see 3 crew members coming over. You'll see the refueler, two crew members changing tires, and sometimes a driver change or a driver assistant. The drivers are going to do this. That's what sets us apart from most series. We require a driver change during the race. That's also for WeatherTech. One thing I always tell the fans here, no other series in this world, and you can go look it up, fact check me, 19 different manufacturers that race with IMSA. Nobody comes close to that. 19. So we're very proud of that. And I know every time I say this, my bosses in Daytona are proud of that too. So here we go. We're going to do 2 stops. Hopefully 2 stops. I know it's hot. So we're going to count down 3, 2, 1. Remember what I said, the crew's going to jump down on the ground. You're going to see 2 crew members changing the tire. You're going to see the drivers doing their driver change, which is mandatory. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's a lot of work involved in this. 3, 2, 1, go! As you see the drivers off the wall, cars at the stop, the driver change is going on. You can see the tire changes. Remember what I said, this is a lot of work for two people to change the tires like this. Still a good pit. Change. Here we go to the other side of the car. That's a pit stop. That's a really good pit stop. The one thing I always, we'll do one due to the heat. Okay, one thing I always like to tell people come up and say, how can I get in racing? I'd like to work on a crew. You better be able to work. These guys get here first thing in the morning, they prepare the car, they're here late at night, they load trucks, they do a little bit of everything. So if you don't mind, before you leave, thanks again for joining us today. I certainly appreciated being here. A round of applause for you, Baker Racing. One thing I forgot to miss, 2023 TCR Championship team right here. Started with IMSA last year with us, and they're getting stronger and stronger, been racing for years.